Greetings, unsettled souls! Welcome to the Correct Views. What just happened? When you minimize this particular... I'm so getting rid of it. How many of you have the Movies and TV app on your computer? Get rid of it. We just found out live that when you minimize it, it shuts the hell off. It will be deleted from my computer. It will not haunt our doorstep again. Nor will it ruin our theme music. Why am I in a good mood? Because Trump has mowed over the establishment. Now, we've covered this before. In my things with Trump, I've covered them on other shows. I've been very, very honest about why Trump has holes in what he wants to do. He's in favor of torture. Well, that's not such a great idea, because while ISIS is in fact cutting off heads of their enemies, you're not sure that you're torturing the right man. I'm not really against torturing a terrorist, to tell you the truth. I'm not. I can bend that far. But you don't know if the person's a terrorist. That's the whole problem with it. So yeah, Trump has problems. Trump has problems with the Fourth Amendment. But you know what? Trump is not evil. By that I mean people vote for the lesser of two evils. That is not the case here. Because while Trump is not perfect, Trump is not evil. Hillary Clinton, evil. Okay? There's a difference here. And Ted Cruz, come on. The most dishonest man to ever run. John Kasich, literally, he was like... You ever seen the movie West Side Story? It's also a play. You ever seen the movie West Side Story? Anybody's, the hang-along that wanted to be gang member, that pretty much anybody, that's why they call her anybody's. That's like John Kasich here. So let's go over this real quick. I'm going to go to screen share so that you guys can get a proper look at this. And again, this is humongous news in terms of the primary, because it pretty much makes Trump all but an unstoppable force here. Trump, Connecticut, 58% of the vote. These are Trump, Cruz, Kasich. 12% Kasich, 29%, 12% Cruz, 29% Kasich. Delaware, 61, 16, and 20. Maryland, 54, 19, and 23. Pennsylvania, 57, 22, and 19. Rhode Island, 64, 10. Cruz took 10%. 24% for Kasich. They amassed a total of 949 delegates for Trump, which doesn't necessarily mean they're locked in. We'll get to that cheating in a minute. It's happening on both sides, by the way. 544 is the total delegate count for Kasich. He's picked up 1. Trump got 105. Cruz got 1. Kasich got 5. Why do I keep doing that? 949 total for Trump. He needs 1,237, but again, we'll cover how that might not be the case. And then, of course, we have the Bernie Sanders theme song. Yes, indeed, friends. Clinton Sanders, Connecticut, Clinton, 52%, 47. Delaware, 60%, Sanders, 39. Maryland, 63, Sanders, 33. Pennsylvania, 56%, Sanders, 44. Rhode Island's the only thing he won. 55% for him, 43 for Hillary. Hillary needs the Democrats need 2,383 delegates claimed to have their chosen candidate. Clinton's at 1,640. Sanders is at 1,331. So life is not looking real good for Bernie Sanders at all. And that brings us into some interesting cheating news here. We've got a whole bunch of them right smack in a row. Anti-Trump super PAC, Never Trump, books hundreds of rooms in Cleveland to bribe and poach RNC delegates. It's the Soviet Russia. Now, how is this? I don't want to say legal, because I understand we don't want our political parties necessarily being We don't want the government overstepping what a political party is allowed to do. I get it. That's why it's not illegal. But how is it that we have allowed our country to fall to a level where these kind of rules could exist? This is why the midterms matter so much, people. Because people get elected that you've never heard of, but maybe you should have looked up who they were, because maybe they would have pushed people to have moved the party in a direction on both sides that would not have done this. Okay, I'm a libertarian. I just got a great big questionnaire about where I would like to see the Libertarian Party move in terms of their bylaws and their rules. When's the last time the Democrats and the Republicans did that for their people? I'm just saying. Gateway pundit Jim Hoft. There are at least 8 super PACs backed by Republican elites. That is the people who are like George Bush. Would you like another election from him? Would you like some Jeb Bush maybe? Spending millions of dollars to defeat Donald Trump via super PACs. There's an anti-Trump, they should be brought up on RICO statutes in some instances. They told Super PAC leader majority Eric Cantor has reportedly booked hundreds of rooms in Cleveland in order to compromise delegates to the Republican convention in July. He's up front bribing them. While some super PACs were focused on advertising, they are currently playing a huge outside role in courting and flipping delegates for Cruz. The OPP, you know what OPP? The Our Principles PAC, they're about as smart as that song was. Run by Romney's 2012 deputy campaigner manager Katie Packer, is an organization developed exclusively for defeating Donald J. Trump. So the primary purpose is that no matter the cost, no matter the ethics, is to ensure as few delegates as possible will go to Trump. Another anti-Trump super PAC has focused its logistics on the RNC, that is never Trump, in Cleveland. They've booked hundreds of hotel rooms in order to comp the targeted Republican delegates. In other words, they're ambulance chasing, they're haunting the hotel room doorsteps of the delegates. And somehow it's normal, right? Nothing unusual to see here. Another one. Let me move the order I'm going to do these, actually. Let me go to screen share on this, because people are going to think I'm making it up. Fact cam on HDF, you can see it on the TV behind me. That's the least of our worries. RNC rules member. This is also Jim Hoff from Gateway Pundit. He has really been on it this cycle. Shout out to him. The rules committee member, if Trump gets 1,237 delegates, that doesn't mean he'll be the nominee. Now, all cycle long, they have said that they are going out of their way to stop Donald Trump from getting the delegates that he has earned. If he gets 1237, it's supposed to be his. Well, you know, in these wishy-washy rules, let's give wrong the same footing as right. You know, yeah, why not? Everything is relative. And you end up with this. In March, Republican convention rules member, what rules? Carly Holan told CNBC that the delegates choose the GOP nominee, not the people. On Friday, Curley told CNBC that even if Donald Trump wins 1237 delegates, that does not mean that he will be the Republican nominee. Added, the votes during the primary process are only estimates. You know, Trump said that he would not seek a third-party nomination as long as he was treated fairly. Even if you've tuned into this show for the Hillary news, it's Hitlery news, give me some credit here. We agree on one thing. This is not fair. This is absolutely not how you run a fair party. And I guarantee Democrats are going to agree with me because they hate the Republicans anyway. And one of the reasons for that are things like this. Curly Holand, a long-standing RNC official, which is probably part of the problem, and an unbound delegate from North Dakota who will be at the Convention Rules Committee in July told CNBC that attaining 1237 during the primaries does not secure the nomination. How about we get rid of the entire delegate issues and the votes are what counts? How about that? Would that work? Does that seem to make any common freaking sense to anyone? Even if Trump reaches the magic number, the media and RNC are touting that does not mean that Trump is automatically the nominee, which we've been told all along it did. The votes earned during the primary process are only estimates and not legal convention votes. The only official votes to nominate a candidate are those that are cast from the convention floor. So, you didn't vote when you went into the voting booth. You didn't vote. You gave an estimate. Okay, I estimated Trump. But I'll be happy with Kasich. It was an estimate. No, it was a vote, dumbass. I'm telling you, I look around me and all I see is stupid. Washington Free Beacon, Hillary Clinton surpasses $5 million in bundled lobbyist contributions. What does that mean? It means that Hillary Clinton is taking money from big oil, big coal. Now, I don't have a problem with it because I'm smart enough to know that man-made global warming is a lie. However, her campaign has stated repeatedly that they are against these industries for political purposes, to kiss the ass of the UN. The equivalent would be, you know how Trump says he's funding his own campaign, at least thus far. If you suddenly found out that he really wasn't funding his own campaign, minus like pocket contributions, you'd be upset, wouldn't you? Well, how about Clinton, and there's a link here, adding $1.5 million in special interest cash from a handful of bundlers. Who would that be? Cheniere Energy. Cheniere Energy, but I thought she was against these things. Well, Morgan Stanley is now works as Neil Scherer, the former employee, I should say, of Morgan Stanley, now works at Cheniere's interim chief executive, gave $2,300. On and on and on. I'm not going to read all these numbers so that you all go asleep, but let me again go to screen share. You guys behind me can see it. It's real easy. It's on the Free Beacon. Greenpeace has kept a running tally on her contributions and connections to the industry. Because she's supposed to be against oil and gas, right? And have discovered 65 oil, gas, and coal lobbyists who have donated to her campaign. But big oil owns the Republicans. Big oil owns the Republicans. Shut the hell up. Did you not just hear what I said? Clinton is taking money from the big oil and big gas companies. And Donald Trump isn't. That says it all, friends. That brings us to the dumpty of the day. Now, I'm not going to be producing this video for those of you up top. I'm not going to be producing this because I need to get the election results up quickly, and it takes too long to render. So this one, I'm not going to be able to do that too. I'll do those when time allots. By that I mean there's a bunch of bells and whistles and banners and stuff that it's going to take too long to render, friends. And nobody's going to listen to my election results because it'll already be old news. WashingtonExaminer.com, children of refugees get more federal benefits than poor U.S. kids. Now, friends, this is not charity. This is madness. This is how a country just cuts its own throat. America loves kids, but Uncle Sam has a favorite, children of refugees. Among recipients of food stamps, welfare cash, and Social Security payments, refugee children receive more in taxpayer-funded aid than children of citizens, according to a new report on federal spending from Migration Policy Institute. And they're pro-immigration. They think it's a good thing. For example, 30% of refugee children live in households that receive food stamps from 2009 to 13. Among American children, the number was 27. Young children of refugees in the United States, integration successes and challenges. Some 8% received cash welfare compared to 6% U.S. citizens' household. Why are they doing this? The report said that aid is typically higher to refugees because they arrive poor. If your parents are poor and you were born here, guess what? You also arrived poor. A situation likely to hit hard when an estimated 20,000 Syrian refugees arrive. So we can't feed our own poor, but we're going to give what limited money there is to other people's poor. Friends, if I say any more, my head's going to explode. This is brought to you from Sticker Junkie. Do me a favor. Go to Sticker Junkie, Junkie, and I'll check out after you've ordered your amazing stickers, and they're all decked out, pimped out, looking good. Do me a Type in correct views or the correct views at checkout, and you're going to get even more of a savings because you are a listener of this show. Thank you for listening, friends. Please donate if you can. That would be a massive help because that way I could maybe get a computer that would render these quicker. Thecorrectviews at hotmail.com. Every penny you give to me goes towards a better show, and that's what I want to give you. Good night, friends. God bless.